Hello everyone, it's that time again. Yes, it's past Sunday, but it's Monday. Well, technically it's Tuesday morning now. But anyways, it's time to get on with it. Time for another Confessions video. That's right, this is Confessions 39, still part 3. I'm the host of these Confessions videos. My name is Mr. Ozzy Neil Rose. Sorry for the late night doing this tonight, but it couldn't be helped, folks, so I do apologize. But anyways, in this Confessions video, I feel from the Lord that He's wanting me to finally talk about this now that I haven't talked about much in the Confessions videos. And that's what happened to my band in Memphis, Tennessee back in 1990. And I was the lead singer for a hard rock band. We were called Revelations. And we were doing very good on the Memphis circuit. I was our manager, which meant I got us our gigs. We was doing the nightclub scene there. It's hard for me to talk about it because I never have really fully brought it up in Confessions videos, but I can talk about it. And to start off with, I never thought that I had the voice to be a singer. Although when I seen Frampton in the 70s here in Jonesboro, I finally realized my mother's dream was finally my dream, that someday I would have a hard rocking band and I would be a lead singer of a hard rocking band. And I knew someday. I didn't know how soon or how much later. I seen Frampton when I was, I think, 11 years old. But it wasn't too far down the road. When I finally left home at 16 and moved to West Memphis shortly, and then a few months later into Memphis, Tennessee. But before I moved into Memphis, was living just temporarily in West Memphis, one day I was walking, and I walked a few blocks. I got to hearing some hard rocking tunes, man. I thought, man, these guys are good. I don't know who these are. It sounds like Van Halen. Well, sure enough, I followed the sound, and I followed it all the way to this house, and I seen this couple out front. I said, is this music coming from y'all's house? They said, yeah, the guys are out back playing. There's our kid and some of his other buddies have a band. They said, go on back there if you want to. So I did. I listened to them, and they had their instruments mastered. Very good. They were very good. They quit after a while and said, hey, man, how you doing? I said, good. I followed the tunes, man. I said, y'all sound great. Your instruments are mastered. They said, yeah, we had a lead singer, but we don't have one anymore. I can't remember if he quit or got fired or what have you, but they said, can you sing? I said, only in the fucking shower. I said, why? They said, well, we need a lead singer. And they said, let us hear you. I said, well, I don't know. What do you want me to sing? They said, you know Van Halen, don't you? I said, yeah. They said, Running with the Devil? I said, yeah. So they started the intro into that, and I sung the whole song. And they said, you're hired. I said, whoa, wait a minute. My voice ain't good enough to be a lead singer of a hard rocking band. And they said, oh, yeah, you are. And they asked me how old I was, and I said 16. They were roughly about the same age. One was 16. A few of the other guys were a little bit older, but not by much. And I said, I really still don't think I have the voice. But they believed in me wholeheartedly. To make a long story short, they all worked, and I worked full time. I was in floor covering. I worked in Memphis. And then shortly after that, I moved into Memphis, but we kept in touch. I got to writing songs and stuff, but I wasn't a lyricist. I couldn't put lyrics to it, and our drummer was the lyricist. He could put lyrics to it. He wasn't good at writing songs. So I told him, I said, look, before we do any shows, I want to make sure that we're able to play our own songs and do cover songs. But before we do a concert anywhere, we got to have our own songs mastered, and which we did quickly. So I was our manager. Like I said, I got us our gigs over in Memphis, which was on the nightclub scene. And our goal was that we wanted to, save up enough money to go to Sun Records and make a record there and pay for it ourselves. So I made sure that all of us got an equal cut of the pay. Nobody got more than anybody else. Even though I was the lead singer and I wrote the songs, I made sure that every band member got an equal share. So we only had 3 more gigs to go to have enough money to make that record in Sun Records. We had went to Sun Records, found out how much it was going to cost, toured Sun Records. We wanted to do it the Elvis way, the Johnny Cash way, the Jerry Lee Lewis way, which was make it the old-fashioned way, where the singer has to sing while the band's playing the music at the same time, and it all gets recorded at the same time. So that was the dream. And like I said, back then there wasn't cell phones either, folks, and there wasn't. And me and the drummer would come and pick me up because I didn't have a car, and he did. And then we would usually arrive at the club first, and the other guys rode in the band together and would show up a few minutes after we did. It came showtime. We had played there the night before. It came showtime, and they wasn't there. And the owner of the club was in there with the bartender stuff, and he come up and said, "Hey, how come y'all guys ain't playing already?" And we looked at one another and we said, "They're not here yet. We don't know." He said, "Well, can you find out?" So the drummer called one of the boys' mom and dad's house, and the father answered and said he was just home long enough to get some change of clothes for him and the wife, that you need to get to the hospital. They were hit by an 18-wheeler driver that was drunk, and one has already not made it. They don't expect the other 2 to make it. One has only got hours to live, and that's our son that they're talking about only got hours to live. So when he told me that, naturally, I went to the mic and I told everyone that the show was going to be canceled. I told them what happened. And I said, "That's it for our band. We're done." So we left and went to Methodist Hospital in Memphis, and he wouldn't go with me downstairs to see the one band member that was already dead with his folks. I did, and I wished I hadn't. You can just imagine what I saw. And then I went back up with them, of course, them morning to the other guys' rooms, and the one only had about 10 more minutes and he died. We said our goodbyes to him. Then the other one didn't live the hours that they said. He only lived 45 more minutes and died. So after that, I could not sing anymore. Every time I even thought about it, I'd get choked up and I couldn't do it. The drummer tried to get me to say, he said, "Look, the guys would want us to move on and get a band and keep on rocking." I said, "You go ahead, buddy." I said, I'm done with it. So I had severe PTSD from that. He did from the other 2 guys, watching them perish, but he didn't go down and see the other one. And he had PTSD from the other 2 guys. So he moved on to great big things. I won't say what huge band he was with, but he is fully retired now. He's a multimillionaire. We still keep in touch some. He tries to get me to this day to send me a plane ticket to fly out to where he's at, and he says, "Ozzy, you can have as many women as you want every night on me," but he knows me. I won't do it. He knows me. But today, I could sing today. Now, I could. But I don't have no aspirations to start a band and make a record. I'm 58 now. So I'm doing everything that the Lord wants me to do. So I felt like if he wanted me to materialize with a new band, it probably would have happened. But I'm not going to quit doing everything that I do, because it is the Lord's work that I'm doing, everything. And so I don't feel that the Lord wants me to move in that direction as far as a lead singer for a band. So, because everything that I'm doing now is panning out. So, but anyways, I know I've never really talked about them guys and what happened to them and everything. It's a dark time in my life. I still love and miss them guys dearly. But they're in a better place. So, I hope you can take something away from these confessions videos, and you can use it in any way you can to benefit yourself. But anyways, that's going to be about a wrap for this confessions video, number 39, still part 3. Have a good night, and God bless you all.